Oh, what's going on everyone? Vic from the Stump Shop. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can take an ordinary log and turn it into a little side table that you can use in your house. But first, let me give a big shout out to the sponsor of today's video, STIHL. Now, STIHL sent me a lithium-ion battery operated MSA 140 CBQ chainsaw to use in today's project. So let me show you once again how you can take an ordinary log like this and turn it into a piece of home decor in your house. Super excited! Battery operated was the only way to go. I make all of my cuts inside the shop here, so there's no gas emissions, there's no cord to trip over. The battery just makes it super easy to use when I'm working with my stumps. Let's take a look inside. Alright, now I found the overall assembly of this chainsaw very straightforward and easy. Also, when the chain is on the guide bar, you want it to be tight but give a little bit of pull here. That's when it's properly assembled. The battery's charged. One thing you got to do before you use a brand new chainsaw is you got to put some chain oil in. All right, now that it's assembled, I can tell that it's very lightweight, easy to maneuver, and I'm excited to cut into this log to test out the power. Now, before beginning any project made out of wood, you have to make sure that the wood is dry. In this case, I naturally air dry all my stumps, and this one has been drying for over 3 years, so it's well under the moisture percentage that I need in order to ensure an awesome finish. All right, we've picked our stump, we've assembled our chainsaw. Now it's time to trim this down to size. Now, working with stumps, you always have to keep in mind what the purpose of that project is. In this case, I want to use this as a little side table to a one-seat couch. You could put your drink on it, or your coffee, or your TV controller. For that, I'm looking at about 20 to 22 inches height. And this piece right now is just over 25 inches. So I'm going to be trimming down probably about 3-4 inches. So let's get started with that. I'm going to use this side as a reference point. We're going to measure out 22-inch marks. Then we're going to go around and mark 22 inches around the entire stump, giving us the slice that we're going to have to cut off. Now that was awesome. Swiss precision and power cut right through this wood like it was nothing. It's lightweight, battery operated, makes it real easy, no cords, no gas emissions. Very impressed with this thing. Now just right from the chainsaw cut, look at that, that's amazing. Come check this out. Because this stump came out so level from the chainsaw already, sanding this won't be an issue. But as you can tell, it still has a little bit of a wobble. I'll show you guys how to fix that, but first, let's get sanding. Now once I'm done sanding the bottom, I add these little furniture legs. I use 3 of them to balance out the bottom of the stump, and it also allows for airflow underneath the piece of wood. Ugh, there's some dirty cracks on this stump, but as you can tell, after the precision of that chainsaw and some belt sanding, this is nice and level. We can now move on to the rest of the stump. Sand the outside. You can tell it's bumpy, it's rough, the color's uneven. I start at an 80 grit and I work my way up to 220. Guys, super embarrassing. Almost forgot to tell you guys one of the most important parts. You have to clean your crack. This is unacceptable. So I'm just gonna get in there with some little files and hooks and little picks, clean that up, sand around the edges, so we can actually move on to finishing. Now I always hand sand the final round, getting rid of some of those swirl marks and leaving it nice and smooth. Oh, you're so smooth. Sorry about that, I was just admiring the stump up to this point. It's so smooth, the cracks have been cleaned out. We're finished with the sanding. On to my favorite part, finishing. As soon as you apply those finishing oils, you're gonna see all those rings and that grain just pop. I can't wait. Let's get started. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a pre-finish wood conditioner. What this does is it allows the finish to absorb more evenly into the wood, and if you were using a stain, it would prevent blotchiness. Next, I'm going to apply the final finishing oil. In this case, I'm using a natural Danish oil type, and I'm going to be doing several coats. That is looking more and more like a piece of home decor as opposed to just a log. I'm going to apply one more, maybe two more coats of oil, and we are almost done. Once the final coat of oil is dried, that's it, we're done. You've now turned the log into a piece of home decor. You can tell it's the perfect height for your coffee or your controller when you're sitting and watching TV. And there you go, that's it folks. Now before we go, I just want to say thank you again to the sponsor of today's video, STIHL. Using this battery operated chainsaw to finish this project made it real easy. Check out their awesome lineup of battery-operated tools at stihl.ca. Makes the perfect gift or addition to your own DIY kit.